Dungeon Crawler Carl. Now we got to talk about this one because I don't even know where to start. I stopped reading for a very long time. I went a very long time without reading any books, maybe 10 or so years, 10 plus years. And randomly one day I was scrolling through YouTube looking for videos and I saw something about a lit RPG or a literary RPG. But I saw lit RPG. I was like, oh, I like RPGs. What's this? So I clicked on it and I watched it. And it turns out there's this whole genre of fiction where it's like an isekai anime. An isekai, the main character usually dies in some violent death and is kind of reborn in a video game world or an RPG. I mean, there's different ways for the character to get into the RPG world, but at the end of the day, the main character ends up in an RPG world, a video game world. Well, I like isekai, right? I like RPGs. So I figured I'd read it. And when I did some research into lit RPGs, there was one book that kept coming up over and over again, and it was Dungeon Crawler Carl, this book right here. All right. And I know it might seem a little pretentious to say that in a world where Tolkien exists, that I think Matt Dinniman created my favorite book, man. It was so good. Dungeon Crawler Carl is so good. Now, in my defense, I was also a big fan of Ready Player One when in my younger days. Really big fan of Ready Player One. So maybe that's just my fiction genre. Maybe I'm just a lit RPG guy and isekai guy this whole time and didn't even know it. But lit RPGs are lit RPGs. Yeah, it is a lit RPGs. Yeah, I just confused myself. When I said it, my mind went to video games. But no, lit RPGs are one of the craziest genres of books I've ever read. Dungeon Crawler Carl pulled me back into reading. Now I've been reading all kind of books. I've been going through Brandon Sanderson right now, but that's a story for another video. But literary RPGs, lit RPGs, it's the craziest genre. It combines so many things that are great. And Dungeon Crawler Carl has a fantastic RPG system. It's so gamey yet so familiar and so cozy. You feel if you're an RPG player, if you play MMOs, with inventory systems, stat management, gear, equipment, games like that, you're going to feel at home in these worlds of lit RPGs, at least in Dungeon Crawler Carl, because I felt like I could fit in. And the way that we get to the world, again, there's going to be no spoilers in this video about Dungeon Crawler Carl. I don't want to ruin anything if you guys haven't looked into it or read it or anything. I'm just so surprised by one, how good that book was, right? And two, how great of a genre lit RPGs are. Now, I finished Dungeon Crawler Carl book 1, and there are 7 books in the series. I read book 1, I think back in January, probably mid-January. And then I finished all 7. Granted, I listened to the audiobooks for the other 6. I finished all 7 by like early March, so earlier mid-March. So I was powering through. It was such an experience. And the audiobook, in my opinion, is one of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to, ever. I can't remember the name of the guy that did it or the production house for the audiobook, but I highly, Sound Booth, I think it is, Sound Booth, highly recommend the audiobooks. If you're too busy to pick up a physical copy and read it, grab the audiobooks. Fantastic listen. If you like RPG games, you like isekai anime, and you're trying to get back into reading, give it a shot, man. Give Dungeon Crawler Carl a shot. Even when you're reading it, the way it's presented, when you see their stats or their level up or the achievements in the book that they're getting in the game, the font's different, it stands out. The book has a different kind of flow to it, and the story is so, at least to me, some of you guys are like, oh, it's contrived. Now, the story to me is so unique. It was a ride from book 1 to book 7. Enjoyed all of it. And yeah, I just want to talk about how surprising this book here, Dungeon Crawler Carl, was, and just how cool lit RPGs are, and how one book got me reading again. I'm going to be looking at some other lit RPGs, like I said, after Brandon Sanderson. I don't know what's next. I also have the Assassin's Apprentice set by Robin Hobb. I had to look and make sure. I heard that was also a really good fantasy. I'm reading a lot of fantasy, but I heard that was a good fantasy genre, and she's also a really good fantasy writer, so I'm told. Haven't read yet, but probably have a video about that when I do it. But yeah, that's about it for this one. Later.